Hi, everybody. Divine Souls. So, welcome. This is just going to be a quick introduction video. Let's just call this the Divine Collective, which is basically all of us, because we all know that Source is everything, and the day Source wanted to discover itself, it started to split, just like a cell in your mother's womb. They will split, and they keep splitting, and as these new offshoots start to discover themselves, they split off or have more, and it just, we are all here to experience things to give back to the rest of the universe. So, as we experience those in other dimensions that are not going through the third dimension, are experiencing things that they normally wouldn't be able to. So, count yourselves as brave souls to come here, and those of you who began your soul journey on Earth, if you are here, you're welcome as well, and it's amazing that you're here. Starseeds are usually more drawn to this, but now we're going through the ascension. Um, Everybody's getting around to it, except for those that want to stay in third dimension, which is okay. Yet the rest of us are going to keep a peaceful place and hold the light. And I just thought I'd quickly share, though, if people are having things come up for them. I felt great for 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks, I had some amazing experiences. My guides came, I allowed my guides in. I'd been having a rough time for, I don't know. Let's see, so I started off as a Reiki master. I was born awake, started off as a kid. I saw, spirits, other dimensions, whatever, around me all the time, and made up stories with my friends and acted out scenes from who knows what. But um, then a trauma hit me at 7 or 8. Won't get into that, but that kind of sent me down a road of becoming sexualized and looking for exploration with other children and my age, and I slowly got out of that because I didn't understand what was going on, and I won't get into all the details of that. Yet I moved through that, got into my teens, and there was, at that time it was difficult, but I shut off a lot of that energy, but it was still there. So I started to write when I was a teenager, got into drugs, wrote all these things about crystals and other realms and stuff like that. So it never truly left me. Um, I just turned away and tried to shut it down because of things that happened here in this dimension. And I've incarnated here before a few times, but this was the time I decided to go more intensely into it to actually experience it because of the transition. This was the last time that I would be able to come down to this density and be able to experience so much. And so I chose it. Um, I'm not nervous. I've just never done this before, so I'm trying to get my thoughts together and say what I need to say to you. So I'm just going to keep breathe again and let my guides kind of help me with this. Okay, so if you're not in touch with your guides and you've seen other videos, I totally respect other channelers that channel other ETs and beings, and I've gotten things out of that, and I respect them. I don't work that way. I am with my guides all the time, and a lot of people experience clairvoyance or clairaudience, like either seeing things out of the corner of their eye or knowing it's there energetically. I get that at times. I don't ever hear outside of my body, I can tell you that. I did at one point, but that's because, well, we don't need to get into that. I was finding my power and I had things trying to shut me down, and never mind. We'll just not go into that because we're not focusing on negative right now. You have it in you. That's all I can say. I've questioned myself so many times and got into drinking for a long time, off and on. Yet I became a Reiki master teacher around the age of 22 and then moved with a abusive life partner down to San Diego and went to massage school there because I didn't work for a while and I thought that might be something I would do because I wanted to heal. So I went there, got my certificate. I think I finished 94 and been doing it off and on ever since. At times I had to take other jobs, like I said. I tried to commit to my path, yet something kept drawing me away into darkness again. And I don't mean I did awful things to other people like what they talk about with some of the negative beings here are doing with politicians and all that stuff. Okay, but I did get into the drug areas and or alcohol, and I knew people that were on drugs and all that, and I saw the suffering that they went through, and that's why they were doing it. They thought it was an escape, but it was actually the dark side tempting people. I'm not Christian, so don't take this to the Bible. I do believe in Yeshua. Yeshua is a very close guide of mine, and many other people. These spirit guides are multidimensional. So just because Yeshua happens to be very close with me, there are many people that are close to Yeshua. You just have to ask. And if you wonder, Yeshua is Jesus. So take away the religious, hypocritical stuff, all that, and just realize Yeshua was an evolved being that came here to teach, and his words were corrupted. He even said before he told Judas to do this part for him, and he said, "I know it's going to make your life hell because you're going to be put down in rumors and you're going to have bad energy towards you, and it might last for generations." But he said, "You know what this world needs and what this is all about." And he knew the followers at the time would misunderstand. Some of them, many of them, would misunderstand his message and go into the whole martyr syndrome thing, the savior complex, which is not that we can save ourselves and become like Christ, is what he said. And Buddha said the same thing. The many Buddhas there were, different people that became a Buddha. Buddha is a bodhisattva, and it just means enlightened one. Christ just means it's for a consciousness. So there are no saviors. We're not being saved. This energy shift that is waking people up is still going to force those that are not taking steps like meditation. People hate when people say that. I am going to say, if you don't like to sit and meditate, sit and play music, sit and do art, but really channel your energy into it and forget the rest of the world. That's another way of meditation. When you have a lot of distractions or listen to words with music, your brain is focusing on what's being said. So I would recommend, this is nothing, none of these are rules. Yet I would say any distractions you can get rid of, whether it's getting in a pool or an isolation tank. There are many ways you can do it, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I had a trouble with meditating a lot, but now it's easy, and sometimes I can just ask my guides to come in when I'm walking around. I experience them differently than a lot of people. So I don't channel spirits through my body. I did that when I was younger. I choose not to. I do allow the energies that I'm familiar with that are my guides and beings of light and other ETs that are helping me. Yet they do speak to me in my head. And if you say that I'm making it up, yes, I've questioned that. I just want to tell you that I know it's true because they tell me it's true, and then things happen right after, or shortly after, or the next day that validate it that I never could have made up in my life. So we are all creators, and sometimes you have to trust or have faith. If your guides are telling you to do something awful to somebody else or to hurt yourself, anything negative, then it's not beings of light. That's all I can tell you. It should feel right, and it should not feel ugly at all. But if you do, then that's just the path you need. So I would tell anybody who doesn't resonate with what I'm saying to look and find. There are so many people that do channeling and do other things, and I would just recommend that you see them. I have some things you can look at if you go into my, I guess, favorite subscriptions, and those are people I have watched that do things differently than I'm planning to do with my channel. And a lot of them do channel or they go into Akashic records and do like the meditation. That's their way, and that's their best way to get their information to you. I just have a different connection. It doesn't make anyone better or less. I just do it more grounded, and I don't want to say that either because a lot of them are very grounded. So let's get past the words. The whole point is I have my way, and if it resonates, great. If not, I have a lot of other people you can go look at. I won't just give anyone though. They have to resonate as good spiritual people with me because there are a lot of people out there just trying to cash in, and they read stuff on other sites and watch other people and make it up. They're not actually getting the information from themselves, but that's one way to do it. I'm not going to warn you off anyone in particular. I would just say use your discernment. That's part of our journey is to learn. And if you find the wrong people, it's for a reason to learn your lesson, like relationships. You meet someone, you think they're great, and then all of a sudden things start going, the lessons come in, and it either ends badly or it ends well. Yet the whole point is you needed to get that lesson and have that person reflect things to you that you need to let go of. So I personally do not subscribe to Soulmate. There are sites or other YouTube people that will be talking about that if that's your interest. I won't do it because we're all one. My soul came in from a different universe and I came in to see it in different places. I do not recall my other universe, at least not in this body. When I'm out of it, even in my guides have all said that some of them, most of them have not been where I came from. There are many universes. God keeps creating and things keep splitting and growing. And yes, some will die off and some will start. It's just the way things work. Things live, things die, but you don't actually, you transmute. You don't die. Energy cannot be destroyed. And you all know that. So I'm not going to go into a lecture on that. My point is, we all are different. I don't think I'm better because I came from another universe and started on some very high dimensional energy places when I came in, because we are all one together. And I came to this world in the third dimension more than once, but this time I really wanted to experience it and have a lot of things to shut me off and not let me know who I was for a long time. Yet I was always protected, and I knew that. I just didn't know who I was, and starting to realize more and more. And hopefully I'll remember, but some of it's not important to remember while I'm down here doing the mission to get the energies grounded into the earth. So if you see a lot of star seeds, this may not be your channel because star seeds that hate being here and all they want to do is go home and be taken away, you're not going to resonate with my energy because I know there's plenty of time to go other places. I came here to enjoy this beautiful world, and even with all the negativity, we have to learn to see the beauty in the dark ones because they are loved by God, the source as well. Both light and dark were created by the source. Because without challenges, how do you grow and learn? You don't. So if you wanted a cush life where it's just all happy and peaceful, you probably didn't want to come here. And if you did, and that's the way it was set up, you might have your reasons, and that's great. But it definitely wasn't to grow and to really experience polarity. I mean, thank goodness we're moving out of it. Yet I came to make sure I got here in this time before and to feel the transition. Many of you probably did too. But if you're a starseed who just doesn't like this place and just thinks that they're just here to do something and they're tired of it and they want to go home, then you probably are not really tuning in with your beingness because your higher self did choose to be here. And I guess that's time to cut this video a little bit short because blessings to all of you though, and meditate in the way you feel comfortable. Go to the beach, go to the mountains, just be out in nature and try to take your shoes off and just put them in the dirt or the sand, wherever it's safe. And, to ground yourself in this time because even though I felt great for about 3 weeks, I can tell you one thing that yesterday, a family member was just blew up at me and it was probably I had a part in it too. It's never just one person, so I had to really stop and look at it. So I had to meditate, and I saw what it was, and I released it. And I was actually meditating to one of my favorite people to watch, named Daniel Scranton. He does channeling from different beings, and I was listening to some of his light language activations, and it was great because it got me really centered in my body and peaceful, just like I am, even though there's a lawnmower going on outside my window. But anyway, it's and so I did that about 35 minutes, and after I got off, I got done with my meditation. I went to look on YouTube just to check something else to see if there was the chakra healing, a guy, he does, it's called chakra healing, I believe, and he does some meditative music. I went on to look at that and saw that there was a new video from Daniel, like posted about 5, 7 minutes before I got out of my meditation, and he had a message from the beings that that needed to come out, and it had to do with me move, or it was to everyone, yet it was a personal message as well. Multidimensional can be for many people that probably were having the same experience I was, because I knew I needed to be in the I'm unemployed, but knew I needed to be into the healing world again. I had to take a break. In about 2017, there was a lot of crap going on, and I was giving away too much energy to clients, and I was depleting myself and started drinking again. So I had to go away from that. And I've been looking for other jobs, and I've been told by my guides and my soul that nothing's going to work out because I have to do my healing again. So I saw this video that he posted while I was in my meditation. It was very bizarre and perfect synchronicity. I shouldn't say bizarre. It's showing how things line up. My guides were telling me, and they kind of inspired me to go online and look. And there it was. Confirmation that my guides were not lying to me about needing to do something in spiritual, and I can be just like all these other people, and you can too. So here I am making a video. Don't know if anyone's going to watch it. Don't really care. If Spirit told me I need to at least do it. This is my first time. I didn't prepare. Let's just get our divine collective on and help this planet activate. And I would say if you want to kind of connect with the sun and earth when you go out, you can be formal if you want and say, hey, sun, and do a little prayer or whatever. And I've heard other people, which I kind of like, and I've been doing lately, is it was Stefan, what's his last name? Stefan Burns. He does a lot of the astrophysics and talks about the sun's rays, and he's really a genius with that and kind of mixes in spirituality as well about how these photons and solar flares are coming off of the sun and when they should hit us and about what magnitude, which is more the scientific side, but he does have the spiritual side to it. He's a great guy, fun to watch, and sometimes it gets a little bit techy and I have to kind of just get the information at the beginning part and then I kind of, because it's not my forte, and I just want to hear some of the information and know, yes, it's confirmation that we are getting more coming, and we that's what I'm feeling. So if you really like the sciencey stuff, which I do in some ways, but not that way, I just like to feel the sun, and I like to talk to the sun and get the energy. But I loved it. He just recommended in a video, said, all you have to do is go out and say, hey, what's up, sun? Because they like informality, because we are all one. You don't have to. If you feel like you need to honor, yes, you honor them and you love them and you give them gratitude and respect. You don't treat them better than you don't treat them like they're out there actually with gratitude for us because we are helping them to grow as we're going through this very intense, dense experience. It's not that they were afraid, they just not their place to do it, and they are very grateful to us. That's why they're offering all their help if you ask for it, because they know it's difficult and they're not going through it right now in the way we are, but they are going to experience from us being here going through this polarity of negative and positive. So I have blessed all the negative things that happened to me in my life and I've let them go and broken through, and I understand that I love all the people that did things to me, horrible things and all that, and I love these reptilians and politicians. They all have the same negative blood that I do, Rh negative, and it's a very powerful thing. Again, it doesn't make anyone better than anyone else or anyone less. However, with that, you can choose to be tempted and go into the side of fame and fortune and, being dragged into some horrible, weird, we won't get into that. Or you can do the light, but I kind of feel like I did both. I didn't do the horrible actions that would take my karma to a different level. I just kind of pushed myself into those areas where the darkness was to feel it and see it and understand the people that why they did what they did. Like some writers do about serial killers or things, they just go into the understanding and don't want to really be of it, but in it to see it. And so, and a lot of those people are hurting, and they also, on a soul level, made the choice, because if we didn't have people doing the dark stuff, we wouldn't learn. If all these, I'm not going to name names, but whoever you call politicians, celebrities, were not scaring people because of the horrible, awful things they're doing to children and things like that, and the world, that we wouldn't have woken up. Or I'm not speaking about us here as a community, because we were going to wake up either way, or all of us, a lot of us were already awake, but shutting ourselves down or having issues because they want to shut us down. Yet, for the earth souls that are not quite here yet, that's who we're here for. And some will choose not to go into the ascension and will choose a 3D, to stay in a 3D life, and that's fine. You have to love them and let them go. So don't try to push. Well, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I would recommend, if you do, you'll find out that it's not going to work. You have to let people do what they do. You can plant seeds by saying something that what you've experienced, but to tell people directly how they should do things or think of things, it doesn't work. They will rebel and lash out at you. So anyway, but meditation can always bring you out of that mode, because we are going to have little slips here and there. I had that, like I said, the other day, yesterday, and then I had that beautiful experience afterwards. So we always learn, and we get a higher vibration each time we acknowledge it quicker, the more high vibration we get. So I just want to say bless you to all of you. Love all my beings on this planet, all life on this planet, and the planets have consciousness too. So you want spiritual connection, you can always tap into Gaia, Mother Earth, the Sun, or Ra, or Apollo, whatever you want to believe and call it. And have a great day. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I will try to get back to them. I'm not selling anything or services right now, so I'm just doing what I was asked to do by my spirit guides. And hopefully we can all be beautiful starseed spirits, but be grounded to be here for this experience, because it's not going to last much longer. And, you know, don't want you want to get the most out of it you can. Even if we're not just here to release karma, but we're still here to experience that polarity and see what's going on. Because when we have bad things happen to us, or negative things that we feel is so horrible at the time, when you come out of it, you feel stronger, like the phoenix. You know, you burn and you just come back even bigger and stronger, more powerful. So you're all blessed beings, and don't compare yourself to anybody else that you watch online. Because I can tell you, I've struggled for almost all my life, back and forth. And now I feel much more empowered, and I've let go of all the victimhood and the pain. And I still did my healing work, but I was just giving and not giving to myself. So give to yourself first. Take care of yourself first, like they say on Southwest. Secure, your own face mask, oxygen mask, whatever it is, and before you do anyone else's, because you can't help somebody else if you're choking. All right, so don't choke, and if nobody else says it, I love you all, and love yourselves. And all the guides and angels, whatever you like to tap into, and even the gods that people think are all evil are not. Morgana was not an evil. I mean, most of them just allow people to experience the dark side, but they are trying to empower us, and some of them are very protective. But if people choose something, they're not going to stop them either. It's all free will in this universe, so take advantage of that free will, but that means let other people find their way too. And if you find yourself pushing them, just step back and take stock and ask yourself why you're doing it. Everybody's a reflection of us, so if somebody's irritating you, trust me, it's something you have inside you. Maybe not as extreme, yet they are flashing it back at you to work on it and deal with it and let it go. So love you guys, and I'm not sure when I'll be posting another video. This was kind of a test run. So Divine Collective. Might be changing my name on this whole thing, but we'll see. Still gonna have Kirk in there. So this is Kirk, and love ya. Peace with all of you, and I might do a Reiki video sometime, but just to give you a little bit of healing Reiki. These are Reiki symbols, nothing evil. And And breathe. Nice deep breath all the way down into your diaphragm. I heard some people say your belly, but obviously your lungs don't go that far. Just picture it like they are. And then a nice slow deep breath out. Good. And you can always watch this video again if you don't feel that it was too fast. If you feel it's too fast and too furious, then you can do that. Or just let it settle in and ask your guides to come help you. Know that you are you are part of the whole, part of Source. This is why I don't buy into the soulmates, because twin flame, I don't know. I haven't really checked in with that, but that's supposedly when people have split their soul in two, and they're not lovers necessarily, but when they come together, they will teach each other powerful lessons. But like I said, I'm a traveler. I came into this universe and been here a long time, but I experience we're all connected and there's so much that I just learn from whoever I come in contact with. I'm not gonna feel like one person is going to make or break me, okay? So you can see it how you want, and if you're really interested in those concepts, then please go ahead and find a channel that will talk about it. I'm not downing it or not. It's not part of my existence right now. It's not part of my soul journey. Okay? Well, blessings, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.